Tiffany and I want to just reinstate, Tiffany and I came up with this idea. Because Tiffany works an extremely busy schedule with the convention center, she said, Boomy, we're going to put this event under Odune 365. She had some ideas, and her and I brainstormed together, and we came up with this event called My Story. And so we took the idea to my board members, Mr. Bruce Crawley, then we met with Mr. Bogle, and so now we're here. So I am so honored to have such powerful people. I really also made this program because a lot of people think that you have to have an invitation or you have to know someone to get close to these people. But I want everyone to know that they're human just like us. They put their pants on one leg at a time just like us. And they were young, just like me and Megan and Candace and everyone, and Maya in the back, and Ivy. So for my generation to know that anything is possible, you know, I think I know that because Lois Fernandez was my mom, so I was kind of blessed. And I know that the reason why I have access to Mr. Crawley and Miss Amina Young and Mr. Raheem is because of my mom.
This is a brilliant idea for Boomy, and I'm just so impressed with the concept and how she sees this thing expanding over time.
So what made you decide to, you know, start your own business or, you know, begin your specific industry and then keep it here in the city instead of going to New York or DC or Baltimore or any place like that?
Philadelphia's a hard place. And I realized that if you can make it in Philadelphia, you can make it anywhere. I mean, I like the challenge. I like the fact that I was growing up in a very competitive place and I wanted to do my career in the most competitive place, and I knew that if I could make it in Philly, I could make it any place. There's nothing that we can't do in Philadelphia. There's a lot that we haven't done, inexplicably, but there's nothing that we can't do, and we don't have to move to New York to get it done.
Say about living in Philly. You know, bringing my skills here, putting myself to work here, working with African Americans who were wanting to be elected officials, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's what brought me back. And this is a place where there's some of the smartest, politically savvy, best entrepreneurs, African Americans at that time than I had ever met. And I had lived across and in all of these cities.
This is a beginning to something really, really great. And, you know, Boomy and I, this came out of a conversation and a discussion and a desire that Boomy and I both shared to recreate the dialogue and the cultural circles, and you all mentioned it several times, that we used to have in our community and bring it to modern times. But what we also are trying to do is take this into our school.
Yeah, so that we can take it to our school, because our young generation, our teenagers, they need to hear this. They need to know this. So we want to take this concept to our school. I'm just blessed. I thank you so much for believing in my dream. Thank you so much for coming to My Story event, presented by Odune 365.